Hi everybody, this is Cherry Enchantress. Well, I can't stay away from the subject, so let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Yeah, so this subject is going to be, this is suggested by Maisie. Is that your name, Maisie? Oh, I wrote it down, but my pen ran out of ink. Okay. But yeah, some of you actually want more sex talk, and I totally am with you on this because I like it. You know, I think it's a good thing to explore. And a lot of you twin flames out there, so twin flame is like the ultimate lover, you know, that is spirit and sex as one, you know, all in one. But this is going to be a little bit different because somebody asked about daddy doms, and I just want to tell you right now, I really apologize to anybody who that offends, but it's definitely not my intention to promote anything in a negative way. Let's just put it that way. It's not intended negatively. I want us to focus on, this reading is going to be like role play. Like, we have, you know, there's different things that we go through when it comes to sex. Of course, loving sex with your partner to make children is right, the proper way. Then there, you know, we also have just passion, you know, where we just like the feeling of it. And we also have that amazing level of connection like we will when we're with our twin flame or whoever's with their twin flame. And there's so many things in between. But sex can be happy, you know, it's a happy experience. It can be joyful. It can be a place where you play, right? And one of the things that you can do when you're playing and you're having sex is role play. And to me, that's where these things come in, these kind of fetishes and kinks and strange ideas and stuff. It's not about this is what you go around doing all the time kind of thing. This means this is your personality. It's not about that. This is about two people in a relationship, because I think it should be a relationship, some kind of relationship, and committed, probably, hopefully, loving. Love is still number one. This is where you two agree. You're both on the same page. Nobody wants it more than the other. You have to be completely in agreement. You have to both want it. And then you decide, hey, let's try some new things, which I think is perfectly fine in a loving, committed relationship. And there's all kinds of things you can try. So let's see what type of sex role play is your partner interested in, because you might not know, and it might be something that they're not too willing to divulge, and maybe you just want to find out in this kind of eccentric way. I don't know if this will help or not, but it will help kind of open your mind to the possibilities out there, right? So the question is, what type of sex role play is your partner interested in? And it's role play, so it is play. It is not anything that people haven't agreed upon, and it's a partner, not just some random person, somebody you're committed to and that you love. And yeah, so those are important things to establish in this reading. Any of you who are feel sensitive about this subject matter, please don't watch. You know, like this, if you can't watch with an open mind because you've been hurt before or you've had bad experiences, I feel very sympathetic towards you. But plenty of us have had positive, fun experiences, and we just want to try new things, you know. So please don't let it hurt you, you know, to watch this. Either watch it with an open mind or just, you know, don't watch these kind of videos. I'm not saying it in the mean way at all. I'm just saying it as this is, it's explicit, you know, there's sexual content, nudity. So also, if you know that you're too young for this, don't watch it. You know, if your parents would disapprove or whatever, don't watch it. You know, if anybody would disapprove of it, don't watch it. If, you know, listen to your gut. You know what's right or wrong when it comes to watching these things. So just go with that. If you're in a mature adult, the right age, in a loving relationship, and you're just curious and you're open-minded, then please feel free to keep watching. Okay, guys? All right, so we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, this cute little sparkly high heel shoe, which is something that you might like to try and role play. Here's a little sparkle. And this is where I had some fairy pixie dust in a vial in here, so it's like a little silver fairy. Okay, so those are your choices. If you can pick now and head to the timestamp, or if you're having trouble, then let's take a deep breath. Let it out. Close your eyes. Now open your eyes. Let your eye drift to the pile that's right for you. Okay, everybody, let's begin. Okay, here we go with pile number 1 in the little high heel shoe. We're doing the Sexual Magic Tarot. And we have the 6 of Wands. And the Knight of Pentacles. And the Hermit. So, these are extra cards, but the main gist of it is this one, the Hermit. And the Hermit is about refusal. So, it's interesting kind of role play technique, but so refusal is not allowing, it's not letting you complete, basically, and he's not either. Okay, so we have, then the next card here is this is waiting. So it takes some kind of situation where you're waiting, and then this one is touching. So, all right, so far this is how it goes. It's like you are, and he is. It's like a slow process, actually, you know, where it's, instead of a big rush and heated moment, it is maybe a bit of that and then pulling back and then kind of making you sort of like pant or want more, beg for more. Not going to be begging. So far there's no begging involved in this, but it's kind of it's rising up your libido, your emotions, this like tension, creating a tension, and then refusing, and then there's this kind of builds up sort of this longing, which in the end should cause a better outcome. Let's see what else we got here. All right, we have the World. Okay, and so she is about the position that she's in, and she's wearing light sheer clothing. She's the belly dancer, and so he might like to direct you or ask you to stay in a certain position where he comes close to you touches you, fondles you, whatever, and then stops and makes you wait. Refuse to give you more. As soon as you get excited, he refuses you and makes you wait. And, the clothing and everything is also part of the arousal, just the gently draped clothing. You could be blindfolded maybe also, just kind of waiting breathlessly for his next move. Okay, so yeah, the moon kind of indicates you're like going into your mind because you're blindfolded, right? So then your senses are heightened. You don't see him or what he's about to do to you, or vice versa. And then he'll, do things like kiss you or touch you or caress you or whatever, whatever the things that he's going to do to arouse you, and then he walks away again and makes you wait. So these are just like techniques, I swear, but it's exciting, it's arousing. And then, let's see, we're going to do Gods and Titans. So we have Hunky Hermes. And so his is about communication, which kind of helps emphasize that. So he'll put you in a certain position, or he'll ask you to sit there in your robes or whatever, and blindfold you, and then he'll start talking, sex talk to you. Or it doesn't even have to be sex talk. If he has a specifically nice voice, which I like this because I am aroused by my ears, from sound. Okay, so if you're like me, this is exactly, this would be a great fantasy, be great role play. So he's talking to you, telling you stuff, touching you and things like that, and then walking away and making you want more. That's what it is, making you want more. And then this is from the Divine Feminine. All right, so guys, I got called out. The Spirit's like, we know this is your fantasy. This is my name, my real name, in case anybody wants to know, is Jean. And I was named after Jeanne d'Arc, actually. So yeah, this whole kind of maidenly thing, draped in soft clothing, waiting, wondering what's going to happen, hearing a deep masculine voice, talking to me, touching me, whatever, and then refusing me, walking away. It's like torture, actually. It's like it's a kind of a very beautiful, pleasurable torture that you will get fulfillment in the end. Of course, that's the whole point of this. It's to arouse you so that your actual fulfillment feels even more wonderful than you would have if you had done traditional kind of just, gone to it right away when you saw each other, which also can be exciting, of course. All kinds of ways that you can have fun with sex, but here's one of them, and yep, the Spirit figured it out. This was my favorite. And so, if you like that, please comment. Feel free to comment. And, if you didn't like it, I'm so sorry, but heck, this is sex, and sex, it should be fun. It should be something that we do, out of pleasure with the person that we love. So, all right, guys. Well, if you would like to subscribe, if you haven't subscribed already, welcome. Welcome back, my subscribers. Please like and check out my information in the description box. I have my private reading info in there, and also have a donation button. And I am at this very moment creating a Patreon page, so I will be able to create some tarot cards or other artwork related and more, fun things for us to do on this channel together. That's more than just pick a card, but other kinds of readings and stuff that you can choose from that'll be exclusive for you, that nobody else has the chance to do these kinds of special things, because I want to give some of you out there special treatment. Okay, so on to the next. Okay, and here's number 2 with the shiny sparkle, whatever the heck, some kind of, I think this was like an old pin or earring that fell apart. Maybe it was my grandma's, I don't know, but it's been around in the jewelry boxes for a long time. Alright, so we've got the Tarot of Sexual Magic and some other tarot cards. We've got the Gods and Titans and the Goddesses all chiming in on what type of sex role play is your partner interested in. So let's check this out. We've got 7 of Swords, which is tasting. They don't look like they're tasting in that picture, but yeah, there's a knife there, so something might be, some food might be cut. Something might be cut. Here we have 3 of Swords, which is pinching. So you might like being pinched in certain areas or squeezed, or, you know, that when the blood rushes to certain points of your body kind of feels nice. And we have Ace of Pentacles, Knave of Pentacles, which is arousal. And this could call for some drinking too. So drinking alcohol, I mean, you don't have to be pouring it all over your body, but that's also another fun thing, like, I don't know, like doing tequila shots off your body. That's actually kind of, that's kind of nice. I don't know if I've ever done that before, but that's, it's sort of stimulating. Food and sex can be quite stimulating, yes, like, having multiple pleasures at once, stimulations. So, food, if you feel like ice sweets or whatever, or fruit definitely, that's why, in the old days, a lot of times they shared grapes and things like that, because food was sort of an aphrodisiac, an arousal. It's a way to, if you have something have to do with your mouth, like your mouth, you're stimulated, orally stimulated, then this might be for you, like some kind of food and drink type role play thing, Let's see what else. So it's like, this is the garden, this is like the Garden of Eden, so you could have like a little Adam and Eve role play type thing where you're feeding each other in the garden of forbidden fruits, whatnot. Let's see what else. And there's some more cups. So the cups just kind of talk about forbidden and fantasy. Like, this is fantasy, which reiterates this is all fantasy world. Like, roleplay is separate from reality. Roleplay is like acting, but it's acting in a level where you're feeling it. Like, if you're an actor, you're still going to feel things. You're not completely devoid of feeling the moment. And roleplay is kind of the same thing. It's like setting up some situations where you actually do feel stuff, but you can be somebody else for a while, and you don't have to feel so awkward. You know that it's you're playing at something, and you're not actually, this is not really defining who you are, right? So that helps a little bit to put it into a category of play. And so that's kind of the Seven of Cups sort of reiterates this, and anything that's in the chalice, whether it's wine, drink, whatever you want to taste, right? He's tasting you, you're tasting him, and there's all kinds of things that are on you that he can taste, and he could put things on you to taste. One of the most romantic things that, you might have heard about is the whole whipped cream kind of thing, licking whipped cream off of him with licking it off of you. Those are kind of romantic things that you might like to try out. That's one thing. Or edible panties or edible bras. Yeah, so things like that. I mean, they make bras out there that are like little candies, and you can eat the candies off. Fun stuff like that. Fun stuff. So let's see what the divine masculine has to say. So this is Dionysus, and yeah, he's ecstasy. He's just enjoying the fruits and the drinks and the touch, and it's very sensual. That's what this number 2 really is about, sensuality. It's not just this, because sex is sex, but when sex uses multiple senses like your taste and smell and touch, then it can be heightened, right? So it's not just an act of sex, but it's an essential act as well. It's really good for a Taurus out there. Taurians and Virgos and Capricorns, they're actually the more sensual signs. Scorpios are more sexual, but they're more spiritually sexual, so they would be, like a spiritual connection. And then there's ones that like the mental, like sapiosexuals, who need a mental stimulation too, so there's a lots of ways you can connect. Let's see what the divine feminine says. That's Pomona. That's plenty. So she has plenty to give, she's pretty much, you can eat anything off of me, sure. You can lick whipped cream off of me. That's fine. I'm gonna enjoy that. She's enjoying this moment, and you're enjoying her. You're enjoying each other, and you can, totally role reversal, whatever is your fancy. Guys can do what the girls can do, and the girls can do what the guys can do, and it's all good. All good. Go back and forth and try it out on each other. Promise you, guys will just be like, yes, we're having so much fun. And just the fact that you're having fun and trying new things, it can be an aphrodisiac all by itself. So I hope you like that. This is about role play. This is about the comfort of your relationship. So please comment in a positive way. Hopefully you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you have subscribed already, welcome back. And check out the description box for my information on getting a private reading, and also the timestamps are there. And I'm creating right at this very moment, not right at this very moment, but right before I did this video, I started my Patreon page. So watch out for that. More information on that to come. And yep, I think that covers it. So we're on to number 3. Okay, everybody, this is number 3 with the little fairy, metal fairy. And we're going to do the tarot sexual magic. If I can pick up the cards, there we go. With some Arcanum Tarot and the Gods and Titans, plus the Goddesses and Sirens. Alright, let's see. What type of sex roleplay is your partner interested in? Okay, so we have the 5 of Wands, which is watching. He's watching you. And then we have the 4 of Swords, which is masturbating, pleasuring yourself. So he wants to watch you pleasure yourself. Okay, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. This beautiful redhead has a very nice curvy bottom. And this is about embarrassed and shy. So, yeah, like, if you're pleasuring yourself while he's watching, there's a whole lot of feelings that can go on. One first might be just being embarrassed, right? It's like, oh, I can't do this in front of you, you know? And some of it is shyness, and some of it is feeling like really like getting into your head about how you look, your body, and whatnot. Believe me, he's not even, he's just like thrilled to death to see you just even there before him, you know, naked or in, you know, sexy clothing or whatever it is. So, yeah, that's, and then seeing you be embarrassed kind of might throw him a little bit. It's not that he wants you to have any bad feelings. He wants you to be happy and loving yourself, you know. That's what he came there to watch, you know. He wants to see you loving yourself. But when you're embarrassed, it shows that you're actually modest, you know, and that turns him on too, that you are a modest girl, but yet you are going there to this naughty place for him. So that's like, yay, thank you, that's so sweet of you, you know. So yeah, so that combination of things, of you being shy and modest, but yet you being brave enough to do this in front of him, that's like, nice. He'd be happy. He'll be happy. Let's see what else. So yeah, you're like this, you know, really incredible woman. Like you have it all together. You're a nature woman. You maybe you're, you know, a kind of a dominant figure. You know, maybe you're a businesswoman, or maybe you're somebody of prominence, and to see you, you know, strip in front, you know, for him or whatever it is, to go on his level, or just to, you know, show your inner, who you are, like your natural beauty. That's just what he really wants to see. Look at these green dressed redheads. So yeah, there must be a redhead out there that he's lusting after. Okay, and then next we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords says this: I take charge and lead the path to our victory. So, like, you might be the stronger, dominant one, but this time he wants to direct you, you know. He wants to say, okay, take this shirt off, or okay, touch that, or whatever, and then watch you do it. And just by listening to his direction, he'll be able to help you and him, you know, reach your climax together, you know. So, yeah, it looks like a fun role play that he might be interested in. Let's see what the gods and titans have to say. Oh, there we have Odin again. So yeah, he's guiding you. So I'm not going to use that term for this one, because it looks like this woman is not kind of a young or inexperienced necessarily, but yeah, in fact, the opposite. She might be quite experienced, but yet this is new to her. This kind of style of exposing yourself, being vulnerable. You know, she's not used to being vulnerable. She's used to being in control. So he's now telling her, okay, just follow my direction. Let's see what happens, you know. And so she's trusting in him, and he's guiding her. So I think that's pretty hot. Let's see what the divine feminine has to say. It's Aphrodite, self-love. So yeah, once she gets into it, then she's going to really, this is I think it's kind of a healing kind of thing too. Like, you express your own love of yourself in front of the man you love. You know, that's really powerful, I think. Very powerful. Very powerful. And then when you two come together, I think it'll be a very beautiful, explosive time once he sees how you've opened yourself and let yourself be vulnerable for him. And so yeah, these things are not only just sexual or sensual, they can be quite romantic too, in a way, you know, like open up all these loving feelings too. Because when you open yourself physically, you're opening your heart, you're opening your soul and your mind, your ideas, your creativity, you know, places that seem taboo in society, but you're trusting your partner with these ideas. Yeah, I think these are all like positive things. So please, I hope you did enjoy that. That's the end of number 3, and please like, subscribe. Hello to all my returning subscribers, and hello all you new subscribers. And guess what, everybody? Made it to 1,000 today. Yeah, one of my viewers commented, and I was like, woohoo! So now I'll be reviewed, and soon I guess you'll have to watch annoying commercials in a while, in a little while. I don't know how long the review takes, but yeah, so I'm excited about that. So things are looking up for me. If you want to get a private reading, they're starting to come in pretty frequently now, so get one while you can. While I got all this time on my hands, the information is in the description box. And big news, I'm starting my Patron page, so I'm going to have that information coming up pretty soon too. And there'll be lots of fun things for us to do on that page. And I guess that covers it, everybody. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do any more before New Year's Eve, but I'll wish you Happy New Year's one more time. Happy New Year's! Woohoo! Hope you have lots of sex. Faith, trust, and pixie dust.